Ciao a tutti e ben ritrovati, eccoci di nuovo sul mio canale e solamente per oggi e questa sera sarà fatta soltanto la live su Metal Gear Solid 2, non direttamente a tutti.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps...
Snake, you okay? Snake!
Oddio, la prima prova non c'è stato male, per essere un pirla.
At the moment, every... industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Però posso dire è anche bello difficilino questa parte. Uno si aspetterebbe una parte molto facile, ma più si va avanti più si fa difficile questo gioco. Per me che è la mia prima volta che gioco, voglio dire.
The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force would think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by, not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact. That players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed.
Se faccio rumore mi sgana. Questo non lo so, però. Ma non beccato, e mo? Andiamo ora.
Snake, respond. Snake, Snake.
Bello super realistico come gioco. Antipatico ma realistico. Complimenti ai programmatori.
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease. Rest a little. To move on, I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta.
Allora è casino per arrivare qua dietro.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Metal Gear.
George Sears.
You want to save, Snake? Another Chinese proverb. Those who look to the heavens prosper. Those who defy it are no more. Do you know this one? The meaning here is... hold on a sec. That you can only survive as long as you're a part of the natural order of things. You remember pre-ripped jeans? Manufacturers thought that just because people loved old, broken-in jeans, they would want to buy new jeans that looked old. So they purposefully...
What do jeans have to do with nature and order?
Denim should fray and rip on its own, naturally, right? Some designers tried to go against that and no one bought them. The earnings report from that fiscal year is enough of a proof.
Earnings?
Rendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign to the failed cost of his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Right. Left. Down. Getting back to the topic at hand. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship. Intruder to the right! Intruder to the left!
Snake, respond!
Ah,
Snake! Snake!
Angaishko canımız dinlemekte var mı abba fanya. Ama valo
George
yafattır
Pearson
falan.
rendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that we cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. The proliferation and development of...
Quello per esempio prima non c'era ma l'hanno messo. Interessante analogia del gioco.
George Sears surrendered his residency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of next generation nuclear warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign to the failed cover-up cost of his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Right. Left. Front. Up. Right.
Good.
Down. Front. Left. Down. Let's continue. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of its last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility. The brain drain of nuclear space plutonium has been fueling a cottage industry in nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, and the result is the renewed proliferation you see the world over. We once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear Ray can bring other Metal Gears under control and ensure that we never know that fear again. We, the Marines, will be the guardians of this peace. This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype designed to be operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by teleexistence and an autonomous control system. The importance of next-generation technology such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again, but Ray is the first to deploy it so fully. With Ray's completion, the Marine Corps will lead the way for a new age of military tactics. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray.
Good.
The Position from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background. I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial conducted in the year 2000
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first image is... Sorry, but this doesn't work. I hate to ask, but can you try again? And the next one is... This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well.
was a complete failure, and the success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance happening.
Good.
I'm on a roll here. Let's go on a little bit longer. There was no technological solution in sight, and the program was already attracting strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the anti-ballistic missile agreement. The fact that any development in missile defense would trigger accelerated weapons development has been pointed out from the very beginning. President Sears forced the NMD proposal through and succeeded in deploying the program. Some say that it was a military interest, with plans for the $100 billion program budget that actually arranged the legislative approval. We will proceed out of New York Harbor and conduct top-secret field testing of Ray. Shadow Moses has turned public opinion against weapons development. This training needs to stay covert. We cannot risk jeopardizing the program on the eve of its completion. The disguised oil
Good.
is a part of our cover. Ray is well worth all these precautions. Trust me. It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government.
Good.
In the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of confronting this party, thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path. Your necks must be stiff by now. Time for some more stretches. Right. Front. Left. Up.
Devo essere sincero, un po' mi confonde sta parte del gioco.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look.
Front. To move on, this exercise is but a first step towards that goal. The future of the country rests with you tonight. Former President Sears did also act towards reducing the nuclear stockpile while nurturing the NMD concept. It was he who lowered Start 3's ceiling for tactical nuclear weapons in order to bring Russia around to approving a revision to the ABM treaty. Everyone believed the world was headed for the end of the arms race when Shadow Moses happened. Even though the development of Metal Gear Rex is still outside the bounds of official truth, everyone in the international military community knows the facts. Its specs spread across the globe like wildfire.
Good.
The nuclear race is on again. The only thing that can reverse its course
Good.
is this Metal Gear Ray. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land.
Looks like I have your photos now.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Buongiorno Paolo. No, ho finito quelle foto. Non sono riuscito a farne una, che è quello alla frontale sulla sinistra. Però il resto me l'ha fatto fare, me l'ha fatto superare lo stesso gioco. Per mia
This
fortuna.
machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Da domani fino al giorno 2 farò stando Alan Wake. Ma per tutto oggi sarà dedicato a Metal Gear 2, anche questa sera.
Nobody move. Understood?
What do you intend to do with Gray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Zinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, return.
Bello. Lo dovrò recuperare in giro. Ma mi sa.
How's that possible?
Ocelot, you! Have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ.
Ma avvertirò la live, che non avrò modo, vado, giuro.
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Lukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Quindi non ha un braccio artificiale, è proprio... cioè sembra artificiale ma lo può muovere. Guarda, credevo che era finto. Sì. Però non riesco a capire il collegamento col quinto con lui.
Looks like you are long overdue for retirement.
Stop!
Grande Ocelot. Qui sarà ancora più difficile poterlo uccidere allora. Ocelot come boss dico sarà ancora più difficile da ucciderlo rispetto al primo capitolo.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Mo, ecco come esce ora Snake. Anche lui deve nuotare ora. Cioè, deve buttarsi dalla nave per arrivare a... Ah, del quinto capitolo. Non riesco a capirne il collegamento, perché dal quinto capitolo inizia il gioco di Metal Gear. Noi controlliamo Revolver o Ocelot. Io ho provato la demo, quindi me lo ricordo. Però non riesco a capire il collegamento tra i due e il primo capitolo. Qui perché già il suo braccio artificiale che può muoverlo. Nell'uno che lo perde. Solo che nel quinto capitolo si vede che lui lo perde durante un'esplosione, un incidente. Durante una missione.
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother.
Liquid.
No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Ah, una doppia personalità o Slot, sia Liquid che la sua. Che figata. 2 in 1.
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Ah, si è piantato Ocelot il braccio di Liquid. Ecco perché c'è anche lui. Però figo. Però quando non sembra non capire il collegamento col quinto capitolo. Eh sì, quindi allora del quinto capitolo mi piace un po' le scene dei video che hanno montato e della grafica che fa, però per il resto mi fa schifo. Cioè di Metal Gear non c'è niente, almeno dal mio punto di vista, Poi sono gusti, c'è chi piace e chi no. Quindi sto povero discreto ha due personalità multiple, la sua e quella del fratello, Osa, Liquid. Due in uno. Miseriaccia. C'è stata confusione nella testa.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Ma che sta stupido, poi sti soldati gli sparano col mitra e gli sparate almeno con lanciarazzi. Ecco, almeno un lanciagranate qualcosina gli fa qualche graffio. Se poi sto stesso Metal Gear si vede anche nel quarto capitolo, cioè era già là anche molto difficile da uccidere, se me lo ricordo.
Otacon, we have a problem.
Ma sembra sta attacco così all'asso, ricordo molto quello là di Dario Macrae.
Snake! Snake!
C'è fatto come lo chiama Otacon Snake. Però sono belli i filmati. Anche se sono di vecchia generazione, sono belli lo stesso.
Proceeding as planned, sir.
Cioè, anche se è del 2002 questo resta sempre un bellissimo capolavoro, come qualità video. Ha fatto il tuffo d'angelo. Dopo che ha tagliato in due la nave. E Snake?
Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The site was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's newsflash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Ah già, è vero, questo qui lavora con il presidente degli Stati Uniti, non si è capito. Da pregiudizio forte. Cosa vai, sì certo. Dopo più di mezz'ora che ci perde il tempo. Ora qui dovrebbe apparire il secondo protagonista.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Demands.
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Ah, figo con lui. Ah, quando scarafaggi somiglia molto Silent Hill. Anche se sempre loro l'hanno creato. Silent Hill, la Konami, però. Ah, molto piaggio di Snake lui. Hai capito, il nostro rider. E come dovrebbe prenderlo uno quella razione? Forse da qui? No. Devo scendere sempre di più in acqua.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. When you're on the surface, you can swim in corresponding directions using the up, down, left, and right movement of the left stick. Push the punch button to dive down from the surface.
Ah, per entrare sott'acqua, vabbè. E niente, non la riesco a prendere quella pozione. Non ci stanno scale da quest'altro lato. Forse da qui. Beh, almeno uno già sa come nuotare e come farlo, va. E poi sembra una cosa molto positiva da imparare. Però con questa maschera assomiglia molto a Psicomantis. Con questo costume lui. Se ci fate caso. Sembra quasi di giocare con Psicomantis che con Raiden. Che rubava anche il nome a Snake. Ah, no, non ci avevo fatto caso, ora vediamo che succede.
I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gerlukovich man.
Gerlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal. An
Ah no, non ci avevo fatto caso.
They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Ah, ora anche con i mercenari devo lottare. Questo non è niente, come armi. Quindi siamo fregati, siamo senza armi né niente, solamente con un po' di pozioni. Ah, se scartano i cadaveri così, Snake, quello vero, che figata.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of this
Beh, è sordo anche un parere.
activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Chiedo scusa per la pausa. Allora, riprendiamo la nostra mission. Suicidio. Bello, però io
Ryder, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Vabbè, non c'è più niente da recuperare. Non so di quella scatola per l'asso, però non posso pigliare più nulla. Attiviamo qui per la mappa e poi ce ne andiamo con l'ascensore. Ma sono pazzi proprio questi. Che dobbiamo mettere qui, Raiden? Ah, d'accordo, tranquillo poi. Solo che non capisco quella sia la I e quella la L. Ah, questa è la I. La... Ah, ecco come sto funzionando. E che gli devo mettere qui? Oh, lascio. Nazionalità vita. Ok. Cambia qualcosa se gli scrivo così. Guarda, tipo uno, in realtà non capisce nada.
The radar should be functional now.
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
È leggermente difficile con la meccanica di gioco nell'attivare le porte, nascondersi e via dicendo. Anche se è molto bello. Mi ci devo abituare con Raiden.
Terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
Allora, è rubato ancora il nome di Snake.
So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on Strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of Strut A, Shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Mannaggia. Cos'era? Ah, vabbè, era compresso inutile. Dopo non si scontra. C'è fatta sta cosa della cagata dei piccioni che scivola. E non capisco da che parte che devo andare. Se lei non ci vuole andare là neanche. Un marmucchio di roba mai non dirò. Piccioni maledetti. Oh. È pazzesco. Sulla sinistra dici? Vediamo un po' di giù. Ah, ecco. Grazie al consiglio, wow. Non ci avevo fatto roba.
Right, and look at that wire fence. You may be able to crawl through it.
Sì, sì, sì.
Using the crawl button. Then push.
Sì, vabbè, morte, vabbè. Ma no, quindi ho la pistola ora, finalmente.
Right. SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Però se lo beccano questo muore, che nessuno lo riconosce come loro agenti. Quindi capirai che c'è guadagno questo.
I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
Understood.
Ah, poi ieri ho fatto una piccola ricerca sul gioco, su internet, ho fatto delle medagliette. Si possono sbloccare degli oggetti speciali alla fine del gioco, a seconda del numero che si raccolga.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Ah, perché non si muove come quello della Disney?
Got one, I see. Don't leave him lying around. Hide the body as soon as possible. When his comrades come back from the roof, you don't want him being found. If they do find him, they'll be on the alert and things can get difficult. When you take a hostile down, hide the body where a patrol...
Non capisco. Ah, ora me lo muovo, prima no. Maledetto, prima perché non me l'ha fatto fare. Vediamo se mi droppa qualcosa. Vabbè, nuovi colpi per la pistola, vabbè. Altri no. Niente più. Vabbè, togliamolo dalle scatole. Gli volevo sparare alla radio e poi prende e passargli davanti, può darsi mi droppa qualche medaglia. E non me l'ha fatto fare il gioco. Peccato. Vabbè, soldato in scatola. E la si esce e qui si piglia l'altro frammento di mappa. Ma non ho capito bene il risentimento di questa cosa di farlo sempre, ma vabbè. Però su questo gioco si sono fissati con questo modello, anche se è carino, però potevano cambiare, al mio parere, e piantargli sempre a quello. Deve strisciare come un verme.
Watch your back. That's a cipher, a type of UAV. If it spots you, it will alert enemy personnel. Exercise extreme caution. But you can use chaff to set up an interference field. That'll knock its sensors offline for a while. Try to locate some chaff. You can also destroy the engine or the camera. Some of the UAVs may be armed. Be careful.
Copy that.
E per distruggere devo sparargli nella luce
I just
verde.
intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before, they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the package? Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, cover the president! Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. This is crazy. Is that... Alpha Zero, respond. All Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B now.
Io se gli sparo in testa a quelle specie di sentinelle volanti, voglio dire, dove hanno la luce verde, le distruggo oppure le allerto? Cioè l'unica cosa che mi disturba a me è questo come ora. Facciamo. L'unica cosa veramente fastidiosa qui è la telecamera, che non la si può controllare al 100% bene. Ma al di fuori di questo, sì, il gioco è perfetto, la merita. Pur fastidioso che sia, un getto meccanico, però merita. Poi ho letto parecchie critiche su questa versione di Metal Gear Collection. C'è molti fan dicono che non è come se l'aspettavano questo gioco. Non è solo per la qualità video, ma anche per il resto dicono che non è come se l'aspettavano. Però non specificavano in che senso non è come se l'aspettavano loro. Ah, anche i fumetti di Pro Bowl ci stanno qui. Figo. Da veri maniaci, insomma. Chissà dove si trovano questi fumetti. Cioè, mi aspettavo di tutto, ma tranne anche i fumetti. Figo. Figo. Cioè, credo che è il preferito di tutti questo gioco. Ci mettono anche i fumetti, i maniaci. Come va lei che mi dovrebbe salire questo? Già ce n'è uno, credo, però non riesco a salire, come diavolo si fa? Non riesco a capire come diavolo dovrei salirci. Non ho superfici basse, sono tutte alte, ma lui non ci sale. Scusa, no, devo cercare su internet come recuperarli, ci deve essere una via di mezzo, non riuscire a prenderli. Io continuo a non capirlo questa cosa, perché non mi sale? C'è uno strano modo sto qui di arrampicarsi e saltare, però non ti fa salire su delle casse così in basso, cioè immediatezza. Che diavolo di gioco? Boh, ci rinuncio, l'ho provato tutto. Io ho anche idea che non è neanche da qui che devo andare. C'era una rivista là, la si notava, però non me la faceva andare più chiaro. Servivano qualcosa in questo gioco, questi fumettacci di Playboy. Voglio dire, sbloccavi qualcosa in particolare. Cioè, su Google mi diceva stando le medagliette dei soldati servivano per sbloccarti gli oggetti a fine gioco. La rivista no. 4 ore di dialogo.
Riders, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right. I'm giving it a try.
Don't forget the
poi
grid
salire.
gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Ah. Insomma, è un incubo con questo personaggio da andare avanti, va. Ah, che pirla, dai, rialzati, giochi, altra partita. Ne si è fatto una pausa.
Unable to locate the alien soldier. Nothing I can do for you. I'm under enemy fire! Secure the perimeter!
No, però rispetto a lui qui non ti inseguono, anche se trovano i cadaveri, no, stanno fermi. Cioè i cadaveri, i loro soldati amici storditi. Molto più figo. Quando? Scherziamo. Peccato che la telecamera c'è su sto gioco, quindi ti viene male a capire la posizione e i movimenti dei soldati. Per il resto è fighissimo proprio. Ah, andiamo, non se lo fanno fare. Appena ti sentono già subito che attaccano, andiamo. Beh, però almeno ho raggiunto la struttura B, a diavolo il resto, eh. Oh, qui è come Metal Gear 1, solo che non c'è più il ninja. Quanti buffoni. Che diavolo è? Un assassino veloce o un altro ninja? Che caga sotto? Che è questo? Ora, i figli però nei punti vitali. Beh, un classico quello.
What's going on? Alpha, respond!
Aspetta che qui come personaggi originali ce ne sono parecchi, eh? Come questo tizio che uccide a tutti con quei coltelli. Fanghi i succotti. Cioè, gay.
What are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Vampo, è tradotto vampiro. Che figo come personaggio. Cioè l'hanno copiato da Morbius questo, o da Blade. E quest'altro, che diavolo è? 8 colpi di scena senza senso quasi.
Where is he?
Sopra la capa. Sulla destra, scemo.
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Però non riesco perché si mette a ballare sto me.
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in pieces.
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
Assomiglia a Blade sto vampiro.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Snake, che foto.
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Non scarafaggio.
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
Oh,
I
interessante.
was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21. That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced...
VR, huh?
But realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations.
War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Raiden, what's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top-secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little too late for that. What's up?
Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak? That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after US allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of accidents the Dead Cell arranged on their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Snake is dead.
And buried.
What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy. Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano-communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
Il nome di usare dell'altro personaggio, Plinskin, è collegato al film degli anni '80 che vi parlavo l'altra volta, su Metal Gear 1. Jena Plinskin, Fung di New York, 1986 film. Bel nome. Si vede che gli è piaciuto molto al programmatore, cioè al creatore di questa serie, per film. Jena Plinskin. E poi l'attore stesso di quel film è anche lo stesso attore che ha fatto il film The Thing, La Cosa, di John Carpenter. E poi lo si vede anche nel secondo film dei Guardiani della Galassia, lo stesso attore, che fa sempre, però lì fa la parte del cattivo. Bello davvero.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Ma io direi di lasciarci qui per adesso, ci rivediamo più tardi. Ciao a tutti, a più tardi. Ciao Paolo, a più tardi.